Hey guys, welcome back to another cast by Stitch StarCraft. It's been a long time since I've casted a game and put it up on YouTube, but I am back now since it's summer, and I'm really glad to be casting once again. I took a really long break, mainly because it's my junior year in school, and it's pretty important. Grades are definitely important parts of my learning. But anyways, today I'm going to be bringing you guys a PvZ. And it was uploaded from the C place. We do have the Red Protoss over here. He is also known as ROOTpUcK. Doesn't need much introduction. A very, very well-known North American Zerg. Yeah, and he is actually going to go up against our fellow C player over here. He is IrisMightyKiwi from New Zealand. A very, very profound Zerg over here in the C region. One of the top Zergs in this region, have to say that. So today he's going to be going up against North America's ROOTpUcK, and this is played on the American server. As you guys can see, this is the new Newkirk map where there is no Xel'Naga watchtowers, and this was before the Warp Prism buff, however. So there is no Warp Prism buff in this replay. But both of these players are actually Grandmasters in North America, so very top tier play over here, no joke at all. We do have a 15 pool coming down for IrisMightyKiwi, and looking at Puck, he is going to be going for that Nexus first. So very standard play so far, nothing too out of the ordinary. We do have the Overlords coming out for both players. Probe is going to be putting down that Nexus over here for Puck, and yeah, so you know, just a bit about, you know, what I've been doing for the past few months, I would say. I took a long break out of StarCraft, and I stopped commentating for a while, and I also left my team, and I just restarted my career, as you guys can say. It was more like a pause button thing. I paused it, and then I came back. But yeah, I'm going to be starting to cast again. I'm now hosting a weekly show as well called PassionCraft, and that's pretty much where I interview some of the most passionate players or organizers, managers, casters, whatever you name it, from Southeast Asia, and I have a sort of interview with them. And now that I have streamable internet, I do stream a lot more tournaments, so I've been doing a bit less VOD production, but now I'm getting back to where I should have been. Anyway, so we do have 4 links coming out on the way. We'll be able to take care of that pylon. I'm really surprised Puck forgot to cancel that pylon. It's going to be a wasted 100 minerals, delays the hatchery only just a fair bit, but you know, being able to take down that pylon is pretty big for Kiwi, because he's going to be $100 up. And looking back at Kiwi, still not opting to put down the natural hatchery. So his third hatchery over here at the north hand side will come down first. And looking back at Puck, he does have the forge and gateway coming down, double gas as well. Very standard play. It really depends on what 2-base timing he decides to get. I mean, this map I wouldn't say is terrible for a Protoss. It's pretty good. The third is pretty easy to move out to. However, you know, the problem with playing PvZ on this map is that as a Protoss, trying to defend your third base at the same time getting run-bys throughout. Oh, check this out. Did get cancelled. Didn't work out too well. Probe does get taken out as well, so good defense by MightyKiwi so far. And as I was saying, you know, taking a third base over here, it's good because the choke here is small and it's force fieldable. But once the Zerg wraps around your army, they can choose to run up your natural as well and all that good stuff, and it's really hard to defend that sometimes as a Protoss players, because you know, force fields don't really help you in maps like this where your opponent, which is a Zerg player, can spread themselves out so well and play a lot of, you know, rush and double prong attacks and stuff like that. But once again, it really depends on what Puck goes for. And the first Zealot coming out here, I'm not sure if you guys can see it, but the Zealot does take out one of the lanes, 2 of the lanes, and so far pretty good micro coming down from Puck. But oh wow, really good micro. Does manage to save that Zealot. It has 4 kills, so pretty good. It's already paid for itself, and it's still alive. We do have the 3rd and the 4th gas coming down, a Robo as well. Nice micro coming down from Kiwi, a very, very mannered guy. But yeah, the natural hatchery coming down for Kiwi as well. Now getting the 2 gases, very standard, but the Robo first. So getting an early Robo like this means pretty much, I'm guessing, a Sentry Immortal all-in. Either that or maybe going for an early Colossi play. Because he's already got the 3rd and the 4th gas, he's mining from it, he's pumping sentries out, he's getting Robos so early, and pretty much, you know, if Kiwi scouts this, he knows a 2-base timing is going to hit him. We do have the 2nd and 3rd gateway as well. The 3rd base saturated for Kiwi. Natural base not really saturated just yet. Roach Horn coming down. No Evo chamber just yet. We do have the +1 attack for Puck as well. Oh, actually a Warp Prism play early on. So we've got the Warp Prism in here first, which is pretty interesting. He can actually do quite a lot of damage with this. And once again, guys, I do have to repeat that, you know, this was before the Warp Prism acceleration buff happened. So this is actually going to be pretty interesting. I would want to see how this Warp Prism comes into play. There's a lot more gateways coming in as well. 6 more gateways in production. And Kiwi barely misses that Warp Prism, but he's going to check out what's in the space, and he might actually think Immortal Sentry because of this early Robo. But the Warp Prism, this is going to be really, really interesting to see how Kiwi deals with this. He does have a Spore Crawler. No Twilight Council tech. 38 Lings in production. That is a lot. He's really guessing that an Immortal Sentry all-in is coming in on the way. Here we have it. ROOTpUcK going to be warping in some Zealots for this attack. We do have another pylon at the 3rd base. Overlord will be able to scout it. And a lot of Lings over here. They're still slow. We do have the layer, Roach Speed as well. No signs of Evo chambers just yet. Warp Prism going to be coming in here with 4 Zealots, and there's a lot of Lings. There's so many Lings to deal with this. However, the 3rd base is left unguarded, and there are also Zealots walking into the 3rd base. No way that these 4 Zealots can be coming down in here. Another Zealot going to try to break its way into the natural. Going to buy Puck a bit of time to drop these Zealots, and here he's going to come in with this. We also have another attack coming into the 3rd base. A lot of Zealots over here at the 3rd base. Puck has no chance of dropping in the Zealots inside the main. He's just trying to buy himself some time. And oh no, this is really bad. The Roaches aren't really helping, and Puck's doing a good job focusing down that hatchery. And does it go down? Yes, it does. Really big play over here for Puck. He also ended up dropping into the natural. Really nice one. Does pick off the Queen, picks up and leaves. Really good play over here by Puck so far. Manages to take out the 3rd and takes out a Queen. Really good stuff. However, now he's gonna have to deal with a big attack and a big counter coming in for Kiwi. He only has sentries right now. Only starting his immortal production. He can't get into Colossi because he needs to have the immortal production go for him. But a lot of army coming in for Mighty Kiwi. He's got a Spire as well behind this. I'm not sure if Puck saw that. No, he doesn't see the Spire. And the Spire can be a really big problem. Oh no! Puck does catch the Queen inside the main. This is really going to cut down the larva supply right now. Not going to be easy game for Kiwi. Looks like so far he's still really stuck in his base, and this Zealot attack is still happening. Roach is going to come in here, try to do some damage. Nice surround over here by the Zerglings, but still the Zealots with upgrades are just so strong. Once again, we have to remember that Puck got upgrades, but Kiwi did not get his Evo chambers. So he actually has no upgrades, and Puck is now going for a 3rd base, which is really good for him because he knows right now what he's doing is pretty much keeping Kiwi inside his base. Kiwi cannot push out. These Zealots they can do way too much damage in too little time. They pick off Queens in about 2 shots per Zealot, so it's really hard. It's really hard for Kiwi to push out and try to do damage. And now that the immortal count has reached a number that's good enough, Puck can start moving into Colossi tech. Oh, and check this out, Stargate tech. I really like this triple Stargate over here behind this. This is gonna be good against the mutas that will be on their way. And I like the switch that's coming in. Definitely will work out. 3 mutas right now on the field. A few stalkers inside the main, and Puck is just playing such a good game right now. And I mean, right now for Kiwi, he pretty much needs to take a 4th base right now because he should really scout for that 3rd base. It's definitely coming, and you know, Puck's got his defense well in shape. No way the mute account will break into a number that these stalkers can't handle because he's been doing good damage to the economic side of Kiwi. He's taking out the 3rd base, he's taking out a few queens, and now Kiwi's taking on a 4th base. Archon's also in the mix, so now pretty much the Mutas will not be a viable counter. Even Phoenix is in production. I'm not sure if Kiwi was able to... Yeah, he did catch the 3 Stargates, and that's actually a big problem because now he needs to start maybe some Hydra production because of Void Rays. But yeah, so far, you know, Kiwi at this stage, he needs to push out. He needs to try to do some economic damage. Of course, the best scenario is being able to take out that 3rd base, and right now, the way he's doing that is he's gonna be using mutas inside the main, which honestly is not enough to defeat the stalkers. But he's gonna try to push up into the 3rd base. But Sentry's full on energy with 3 immortals might not be a good idea, and nice force fields coming in for Puck. A really nice job over there. No way these roaches can push up. It's just really hard. He has to bait out all the force fields. He's gonna actually make his way into the natural, and that's a very smart idea for him. But he has to be careful with the force fields. He doesn't want to get force field over here, and Kiwi almost getting force field over there. Does lose a few roaches, not a critical amount, but for now he's got in his 4th base. He's got in also a macro hatch as well inside his 3rd. He's got his upgrades rolling in, +1 for carapace and range attacks. He's got the Hydra Den. He's gonna get speed and the range as well. We do have Phoenixes now, 4 of them. Void Rays now starting the production, and also Fleet Beacon researching upgrades for the air units. Phoenix is going to come out here and poke around just to do some damage, maybe snipe out a few overlords over here, and Hydras might be able to catch them. Needs to be a bit careful. There are mutants on the field, so he does want to keep these Phoenixes alive as long as possible. But the 3rd base now going really well for Puck. Looking back at his build, he's got the Void Rays coming in right now. He's just going to get a mass Void Ray army, and this has been the case for Protoss vs Zergs for a long time. It's really hard to deal with a mass Void Ray army, but the question is, will he reach that critical amount? Because right now Kiwi has a sizable force. He's got 172 supply. Supply-wise, it's pretty even. But in terms of army count, you know, Kiwi does... Oh, he's actually lower in army count. But if he gets the better concave, he can take out Puck's army pretty quickly. Because with the Hydras behind this, there's so many Hydras now. The DPS will just crush through all the gateway armies, and the roaches pretty much just have to tank all the damage from the Void Rays and all the Zealots. But the Hydras can get to work behind that. We do the 4th base now up with gas, and Puck wants to move out now. I'm not sure if he's at the critical amount of Void Rays to push out. But once again, it's all a matter of positioning. His sentries are full on energy, and he's going to try to push in here. Over here at the smaller choke, Kiwi wraps his army around this, and he's going to try to get a concave. Really nice force fields coming in for Puck, but he's really being stretched over here. The incoming Void Rays are actually being sniped out at the same time, and I think Kiwi, he might be able to hold this. The Void Ray count going really low, and he's got more reinforcements coming in. Lings as well. It looks like Kiwi is able to hold this attack. Very, very nice surround so far, and Puck loses every single thing. That was actually not such a good encounter. I honestly think that Puck really should have waited to get maxed out, get those High Templars out, get more Void Rays before attacking. Now he's actually he's at a big supply disadvantage. He's 20 supply down. He's only got 1 Void Rays, a lot of Zealots, and an Archon coming in the way. I'm not sure if this is enough. There's a lot of Hydras behind this, and the Hydras, of course, with speed, they can do a lot to these Zealots. They can just wipe them and make them melt. It's pretty much one-hit everything. I think Kiwi will be able to deny this 4th base eventually. Photon Cannon charge over down on now, and the Hydra's not really being microed. These Zealots can really chase them back. They do have charge. We need a bit more Lings right now for Kiwi to tank up the damage. And in the meantime, Kiwi's still not opting to get the 5th base when he really should. And Storm is being researched now. That's going to really come and play for Puck. But right now, he needs to focus on getting that Void Ray count up. You can see he's mining for gas. He's really thirsty for gas and minerals. He's literally being pulled on the edge. But we do have a Zealot warp in over here. Will take out the Hydra Den, which is pretty big, I have to say. But oh, this is actually really close, and they do take out the Hydra Den. Very big play over here, but also we do have Vipers now. I really like this. Pulling in High Templars or using Blinding Cloud will be really guys. Oh, that abduct really close. Doesn't really manage to cut the deal. But good attempt over there. We do have an Ultra Cavern as well. I like that transition. I'm not sure if he'll do well against the Void Rays, but it'll definitely cut down the Zealot count really well and tank really well. But now, if we take a look back at the army supply, MightyKiwi at a good lead. He's got the 5th base coming on the way. Swarm hosts are now gaining energy from these evolution chambers. If we take a look at the upgrades, no melee attack just yet for Kiwi, but he is going to reach 3-3 for his ranged units. And another base coming down from Puck. Really greedy this game so far. I wouldn't say it's the safest way to expand, because his army is still not at a sizable amount to start really doing a lot of damage and going straight on with the Zerg army. But once again, he does have Storm. He's got a lot of Templars in this mix. They do have energy for Storm, and you know, with Hydras and Roaches, you will have to spread them out really well. I'm really looking forward to the Viper play over here. He's got to be really careful dodging those storms, though. A few storms and his Hydra army can go straight down the drain. I'm not sure if he has scouted the 5th base just yet. He hasn't, but once again, Kiwi's going to try to wrap his army around the Protoss, and this is what I'm talking about. This position for a Protoss player is really hard. Storms going down everywhere, and oh my goodness, Ultra's coming in as well. Will the Hydras be able to take out the Void Rays? The Void Rays charge is so strong, but oh my god, the Void Ray count is going so low right now. It's actually pretty scary. All the Hydras do fall, but the Roaches and Ultras still doing damage. Will they be able to take out the 4th base? That is the question. That is the money for MightyKiwi. It doesn't matter that there's 5 Void Rays, but will he take out the 4th base? And I think he will. This is really nice right now for Kiwi taking out this 4th base. He's at a good lead right now. The 5th base not really coming into use for Puck just yet. And the Ultras just able to tank so much damage out of Void Rays. And you know, with the Void Ray count lowered, it's going to be really hard for Puck to come back. Void Rays obviously do not come cheap. They do not come quick as well. And you know, these, oh man, this is really bad. Really bad for Puck. Hydra's rolling in once again. Will be wiping out this Gateway Force with no problem. And the Void Ray count just not good enough. So many Hydras out here, and the macro coming in for Kiwi is just amazing. He's got so many bases up now. He's got so much larva that, you know, this is the power of the Zerg. They can just remax so quickly, and you know, Kiwi realizes that, you know, your Void Ray count is definitely not going to beat me, and you know, there's no way that you can remax. And look how quick they wipe through these Zealots. The Zealots are like nothing compared to the DPS that the Hydras can offer. And now the Hydras are going to push everywhere. They're going to push in the 3rd base and the natural base. This is going to be so painful to watch for Puck. But yeah, Kiwi just doing such a good job. 5 more Ultras on the way, and I have to say that is going to be the nail in the coffin, ladies and gentlemen. There's no way that Puck can come back in this game. Yeah, just Puck, I mean, he had a good start, but however, he should have probably went for some Colossi in the mix. It's just so hard to do with, you know, especially on this map where a Zerg player can get a really nice concave. It's really hard to deal with it with the composition that Puck had. He had way too many sentries, early sentries. That was gas that he could have used for the Void Rays. I mean, Void Rays are strong, but they're not going to be strong enough because Hydra's DPS will be really good if you don't have enough gateway units to back you up. But yeah, this is definitely going to be end. There's nothing that Puck can really do over here. It's really him pulling out now. The 5th base is mining. The natural is gone. The 3rd is going to be gone in pretty much no time. And you know, Kiwi's got the 5th base. He hasn't got the 6th base just yet. He's just gonna keep rallying units and end Puck off. He's gonna take out the 5th base as well with some Ultras. Ultras not even upgraded with attack. Still so strong, I have to say. But yeah, no shield, no armor upgrade for the Zealots is actually really painful. And Puck just leaves the game. And that is GG, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my goodness, that was such a great game. I have to say, Kiwi, one phenomenal Zerg player. He played it excellently. His concave, his micro is just really good, and it's really all about positioning in ZVP. It's not even about, you know, how many units you have. If you position your units wrong, you will lose the game, and it's just as simple as that. Actually, take a look at that. One zealot actually floating into the air, dying. But anyhow, thank you guys for watching. It's been a really fun time to get back into casting, I have to say. I really like it. And once again, guys, do tune in. This Friday, I will have Passioncraft online. It's going to be with Baldy, one of the most well-known tournament organizers and casters of the C scene. He works for ACL, and he does he's the head tournament organizer. And it's going to be really great to get a talk with him about some of the challenges, developing the Southeast Asian region, and also, some logistics with hosting tournaments and stuff like that. Talk about his personal life. So do check out Passioncraft. You guys can check me out at my live stream on Friday at Stitch HK. So twitch.tv/StitchHK. And once again, guys, follow my Twitter, subscribe to my YouTube for my for my newest updates, and I'll see you guys next time.